my company and use this as an example of uh, what you can do and how I would do it as I go through it. This is my first time actually doing this. So this is our Wasatch Outerwear accounting practice case for QuickBooks Online. Bruce set it up. He created all these documents that we're going to be following. You can read through this. It kind of tells you some of the information that you may need. I'm going to get to the heart of it. Company information. So I'm going to add a company. I'm going to say Wasatch Outerwear Inc. Just like the company name and the legal name. And that's going to create a company. Now, you guys should have received an invite to do that. So let's try that one more time now that I've signed in. Wasatch Outerwear Inc. Make sure it's spelled correctly. Create company. Again, you guys should have received that info and an invite where you can do it. So you're not adding a demo company, but rather you're creating this company. Now we have welcome. We're glad you're here. Tell us a little bit what you're going to be doing together. So tell us what you need. We'll ask. Just keep next. Getting started. What do you call your business? Wasatch Outerwear Inc. This is my legal business name. Yes. And you can see Wasatch Outerwear Inc. is the legal business name. Have you ever been managing? How have you been managing your finances? Nothing. I'm just getting started. Start typing and selecting the option that fits you. You can always retail or wholesaler. Wholesaler. Hardware merchant, wholesaler, food, furniture, tire, outdoor equipment, outdoor power, sporting, athletic goods, stores, merchant wholesaler. There you go, sporting and recreational goods and supplies, merchant wholesaler. I don't think that's going to affect how it's set up. I think it's more for their data. Let's see. It's an S corporation, so we're going to do an S corp there. Hit next. We have how does your business make money? Sell products. Hit next. What's your main role as Wasatch Outerwear? We'll say bookkeeper or accountant. That gives us more access, more options than if we were owner, employee, or other who works at this business. We have only the owner, employees, contractors. A few we have employees. So it's not only the owner. A few partners and owners we plan to hire in the future. We have employees. Started off as a way to pay your team. No, I do not want to add payroll. It says in here, do not, where is it? Payroll. We will not use payroll module for this class. Perhaps to use for the business. Skip for now. We're not adding any apps. We're just focusing on QuickBooks. We're also skipping this, link your accounts. This would be very helpful if you actually had a bank account or a credit card. What is everything you want to set up? Organize money in and out. Invoice customers, track receipts and expenses, pay employees and contractors, track sales, manage sales tax, accept online payments, enter and pay bills. We're not going to do those two. Track time, no. Manage inventory, protect my business with insurance, track mileage. We don't have to worry about that either. almost ready to dive in. All right, all right, all right, all right. Let's go. Okay, I think that's it. It says inventory, use inventory POs, will not use the payroll module. Sell Utah State Tax Commission. I guess I should have set that up, but we can set that up later if we need to. Customers at startup. So we need to add a customer at startup. Let's go to here. Customers. New customers. Let's go to expenses, sales, customers. Add customers manually. We'll have title of the company is Johnson Outlanders Co. If we had all this information, we could put it in, but we're not going to do it. Customer terms differs by customer and defined in first document concerning the customer. Vendors, none. So we'll start with just one customer. We don't have very much information, but we'll start with that. Vendors at startup, none. Vendors terms differs by QuickBooks Online requires valid address here. No, it's important to the following the setup instructions carefully. Even if you have used QBO before, following the instructions is essential for you to achieve the correct end result. All right, chart of accounts. Once you have your company set up, you need to modify your chart of accounts. So we're going to go to accounting, chart of accounts. Each account needs a number. To set up the chart of account numbers, you need to turn the setting on in QuickBooks Online. So we're going to go here, account and settings, advanced tab, select edit in the chart of accounts section, enable account numbers, show account numbers. And I'm going to put show account numbers, essentially, yes. I'm going to just hover over this. It says displays account numbers on reports and transactions, such as in sales and expense forms for your view only. Tips accounts, no, we're not going to do tips. So we'll save that. Important, please read the following instructions carefully. After you have enabled account numbers, you will need to add the description and account numbers for each account. We will use some of the accounts that QBO created automatically. Many of the accounts already listed will be used. Go through the current list and change the names as needed, and add the account numbers to these accounts. Note, for any account QBO created automatically, it is important to use that specific account. For example, the accounts receivable account for the QBO created must be used. Do not make it inactive and create a new accounts receivable account. QBO will go back to the original account it created. Once you have completed steps above, go through and add or make inactive any account so that your list matches the account shown on the chart of accounts listed below. There will be many accounts that QBO will not allow you to deactivate. For these accounts, put XXX1 or XXX2, etc. as the account number. This way you will know that you will not use these accounts in any of the Wasatch Outerwear transactions. Good luck. All right. So now we're going to say, see your chart of accounts. So we have a cash on hand. This is our bank account. Oh, I don't want to go to the register. I just want to edit it. And we want to do bank account, cash on hand, a name. We're just going to copy that, account name. Oh, Nash, no, that's weird. Canyonlands First National Bank. Bank type, 1100. Cash that business keeps on hand like petty cash. Well, this is bank account. So this is checking account and cash. There we go. Cash the business keeps on hand. Or checking account. Checking account. So bank account checking, canyons, blah, blah, blah. Save. Changing the type or tax form section of account may affect your accounting reporting. Are you sure you are? Yes. Okay, ARs. So this is already exists. We're just going to edit this. Make sure and add the account number 1200. Double check everything is good. Accounts receivable, type AR, detail type AR. Save. Next, inventory assets. Let's see if we have any inventory assets. Yep, right here, inventory assets. So here it doesn't look like we have inventory assets or inventory and then inventory assets. So I'm actually going to try to make this inactive and keep this inventory one and edit that to say inventory. The type, other current asset, account name, inventory asset, other current asset, inventory on the tax form, and then 1210. Costs of products and materials you have in stock for resale. Okay, save. All right, uncategorized assets. Let's see, uncategorized assets we have here. We're going to make it an edit. We're going to add the account number just like they have here. I'm going to try to make this match what I have to the T. It'll make it easier in the long run. Undeposited funds. So we have undeposited funds. That's other current assets. We can search for it here. Undeposited funds. Deposited. Deposit. Payments to deposit. Undeposited funds. Here we go. Edit. We're going to make this payments to deposit. We're just going to change that to undeposited funds so it matches. Account number. Checks are checks of businesses ready to deposit. So QuickBooks at times changes their names because they think it helps. But in this case, we're just going to leave that as undeposited funds. And there is no truck on here. You know, if you Google it or if you search for truck, that won't exist. We're going to actually need to create a new account, which is an asset account. Other current assets, fixed assets. It will be part of our fixed assets. And it will be a depletable asset, fixed asset, furniture, tangible vehicles. We're going to set it up as a vehicle truck, 1400. And we're just going to leave it at that for now. And then accumulated depreciation truck. So that's a specific depreciation for the truck. So it's not going to be there. Cumulative depreciation is a contra asset account. So it's technically an asset account, but we're going to do accumulated depreciation truck. Accumulated depreciation truck. Account name 1405. We will save that. Okay, furniture and equipment. That's another. Let's see if we already have that in here. Furniture and fixtures. Turn. No, we don't want turn. We want furniture. And here, it's going to say edit. And furniture and fixtures, fixed assets. We're going to say this is the same as furniture and equipment. Account number 1500. Save. Warehouse equipment. Do we have any warehouse software? No. It's us. while we're dealing with fixed assets, let's just search by fixed assets. Find the fixed assets. So how many fixed assets do we have? Accumulated amortization, accumulated depreciation. We have the sub building improvements, land, long-term equipment, tools, machinery, equipment, vehicles. We should probably put this one underneath vehicles. Edit. Actually, I don't think that's accurate because we'll look at this later on as we go through, but the reports that come out, they don't have subsections like accumulated depreciation and subsection accumulated depreciation. It's just going to be part of accumulated depreciation. So we are going to edit this and make it fixed asset account. This is accumulated depreciation. Save. Okay, where was I? Warehouse equipment. I don't think there's any. That's an asset. It's going to be a fixed asset. It's going to be fixed asset, other tools and equipment, machinery equipment, warehouse equipment. 1650. Save. Accumulated depreciation equipment. I have assets under fixed assets, accumulated depreciation, and then we have accumulated depreciation equipment. Account number 1700. And I'd like to point out kind of the nomenclature of your accounts. They usually have 1100, for cash, 1200 for assets, current assets, 1400 for fixed assets. It goes up to 1500, a different type, and they kind of correspond with each other. I'm not sure why they didn't just put like 1505 instead of 1700, but we're just going to follow this and do that instead of do my own way, because we're going to be reporting to everything how this is set up. Accounts payable, we can find that in here, accounts payable. We'll edit that to just have a number 2100. Save. Payroll liabilities. I don't think this has any payroll liabilities, so we're going to have to create that. Oh wait, we do have payroll liabilities, wages to pay. We're going to change these payroll, wages, and tax to pay, and edit that and create payroll liabilities 2400 and save. We may delete these later, so we'll just have exactly what they'll have, but right now this is what we're doing. Capital stock, additional paid in capital. Equity, owner's equity, paid in capital surplus, so that's different than what we have, so we may have to delete that, but right now we're going to do equity, owner's equity, shareholders equity, owner's equity is what we're going to do. We're going to name it capital stock and account number 3010. And we'll save that. And then we have shareholders distribution, distributions, edit. And we're going to change that to shareholders, shareholder distributions, account number 3140. Save. Okay. And retained earnings here. There's another equity, retained earnings. You don't have to watch this whole thing, but I'm gonna actually go through this whole process step by step, line by line to help out what you guys are doing, just in case you guys feel like you're getting behind or um, you can come back and look at this. Equity, opening equity balance. We have XXX9, save. All right, now we're into the sales of it. Let's get rid of that. Okay, so these sales, the income account, a lot of this is going to be set up automatically based on the system and where you book sales to. Treasury, oh no, so we have sales right here. Yeah, sales, 4790. And let's see, income, discounts given. We don't have any cash discounts in here, but we do have a sales discount. So this is discounts given, sell product income. So we're going to have sales discounts given, 47.95. And as I'm looking at this, we might have to change some of our, might have to change what we're doing because of this sell product income. I'm not sure if that's what this, oh yeah, this is sell product. Well, this is sell product income too. So depending on what the defaults are for the system, we may have to come in back in here and edit this somehow. We'll get to that later. Cash discount. I don't see any cash discounts set up, so we're going to set up our own. And this is the income, discounts given, discounts, refunds given, unapplied cash, payment income. We're going to say discount, cash, discount, account number 4800. There we go. Billable expense income. They said, so we're not going to be able to get rid of that, so we're just going to add 1, 2, 3, save. Self product income. Oh, here it is. That's the one that I was worried about, so I guess we don't have to worry about it anymore. Self product income, unapplied cash payments. Where's unapplied cash payments? Uncategorized income. Let's see if that's here, even here. Unapplied cash payment income. Cash payment income. No, I don't even know if that exists. So the uncategorized income, that definitely exists. Uncategorized income. And we'll put that uncategorized income 1, 2, 3, 6. Where's the uncategorized expense? There we go. We'll deal with that right now. 1, 2, 3, 8. Okay. Uncategorized expense. Where were we before? Uncategorized income. Now COGS. Cost of goods sold. We're just going to have an overarching cost of goods sold. All this other stuff I don't think we're going to deal with. So we're just going to edit this. Cost of goods sold, 5,000. Oh wait, cancel. We want to edit this one. 5,000. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I guess that was the one I was editing. That's fine. Merchandise return. Merchandise account fees. Return. Let's look at this. COGS. Let's find the COGS that we have. We have expenses. Cost of goods sold. We have cost of goods sold, cost of labor, equipment rental, freight in, supplies, materials. Sold one, shipping. So we are actually going to add this merchandise returns and discounts. And we're going to have that be an expense under COGS. Other costs of service. We're going to do merchandise returns, supplies and materials, 5010. Shipping expense, new shipping expense. Oh, I think we already have that, shipping and freight, but here we have the COGS. We have shipping, we have freight in. Oh, we have shipping right here. So let's change this to have it match. Here, shipping expense is actually an expense. So we're going to change this to just general expense. We're going to advertise cost of labor and detainer, payroll, rent, shipping, freight, and delivery. Shipping expense is 5120. Expense. Save. That's fine. Miscellaneous expenses. I wonder if we already have a miscellaneous expense. Miscellaneous expense. Nope. And that makes sense why we want it, if you think about it. Miscellaneous expenses are very good understanding of exactly what it is. So putting miscellaneous expense doesn't help for taxes, it doesn't help for finances, but we're going to put other miscellaneous service, other business expenses. We're going to grab this miscellaneous expense, account name, 6,000, save. Auto, truck, and expenses. Let's see if they have that. Auto, nope. So we're going to do expenses here. Miscellaneous expenses. Bad debt. And vehicle, auto. What does it say here? Auto. There we go. Now I have to go back and see what I did for 6,000. Did I set that up with other business? That's not exactly what I want. I actually wanted other miscellaneous service costs because that's what this has. This is auto, equipment repairs and maintenance. Payroll, advertising. Rent, lease, repairs and maintenance. Here we go. So we're going to change this to equipment repair expense. $60.20. Save. Bank charges. Let's see if we can find bank charges down here anywhere. And I'm looking in this detail type. Let's see if I can just search for it. Bank, other business expenses, bank fees and service charges. Yeah, let's do that. And we're going to change this to bank service charges. and account number 6040, other business expenses. Other business expenses. Does it not have bank? Oh, there we go. Bank charges. So telephone and internet. That's the other business expenses. Detail type. So other business expenses, other miscellaneous. Uniform. General business expenses. Oh, internet, phone services, utilities, utility expenses. So there's that one. I'm actually gonna see if I can get rid of all these, because we just have interest, utility, travel, batch actions, make inactive, yes, make inactive. So we have utility expenses, utilities. I probably shouldn't do this. I should go one by one and make sure that I'm doing everything accurately. Utility expenses. All right. Utility expenses, bank services, telephone and internet expenses. So I'm going to do that under expenses, and telephone is other business expense. And then here, telephone and internet expense. Expenses. Account number 6170. So depreciation expense. That should already be here. Depreciation expense. Edit. So depreciation expense, expenses. Depreciation. Here it says other business expense, but other expenses. This just says expenses. So I'm going to go against what QuickBooks is telling me and do my own thing. Because I want my books to match exactly what the assignment says. Depreciation expense, 6240. Save. And amortization expense. Amortization expense, there we go. And that's expenses. I'm going to take it out of other and put it into expenses. And then this is going to be other business expenses. Amortization expenses. Expense. Account number is 6245. Save. Office supplies. Office expense. Office supplies. We're going to get rid of all these. Make inactive. Yes, make inactive. Office expense. We're going to do office supplies. Office supplies, expenses, office supplies. And the number is 6490. And payroll expenses. We have our payroll liability. Let's see if we can get rid of these while I'm here. Payroll expenses. Expenses, payroll expenses, and account number 6600. Save. We're going to get rid of these, make inactive. Then we have rent expense. And again, we're simplifying our chart of accounts just because we can, and it'll help us as we go forward that we don't get lost with too many accounts. But it doesn't hurt to have more accounts if you need them. So we have rent. Let's see if we have travel expense. We have travel expense, travel. So let's change that and add a 6840 expense, travel, save. Utilities expense. I already did the utilities. So we can double check that. Utilities. Yep. 6860 interest expense. Interest paid, interest earn, interest paid is what we want. So interest expense. Interest expense 6870. Save. We'll get rid of all these other ones. Interest earned, unapplied cash bill payment expense, uncategorized expense. So let's go unapplied cash bill payment expense. All right, so now we are actually going to review what we have on our chart of accounts. So we have 1100, 1200, 1210. We have 1400, 1405, 1500, 1650, 1700, 2100, 2400, 3010, 3140, 3200, 4790, 4795, 4800, 5000, 510, 5120, 6000, 6010, 6020, 6040, 6170, 6240, 6245, 6490, 6600, 6710, 6840, 6860, 6870. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9. Do we have a 7? Oh yeah, there's this 7. So we have 1, 2, 9, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. That 7, I'm not sure where that 7 is coming from. But I'm going to actually try to delete all the ones that we don't need or that aren't part of what we're doing here, because it just complicates our selections as we go through. I'm just going to do this for now. All right, let's keep going. I wonder if I can, oh yeah. So I did a shift on my keyboard and then roll down. It's an Excel trick. That's fine. So the ones you can't make inactive, it'll show you, it says mills. Why is this one, can we not make that one inactive? That's silly. This account is used by a product or service. Interesting. Travel mills. That is interesting. P&L. Well, we can add the XX10 to that, because I don't know why that How is that affecting our products and mills? Okay, now I have Johnson Outlanders Co. purchased merchandise in the amount of $2,200 on December 15th, prior year. At that time, did not receive any cash discount terms. So we're going to do an invoice to customers. We're going to do, yeah, I don't care. We're going to Johnson Outlanders. We're going to send that later. Don't worry. Don't worry about any of this. This is automation that we're not going to deal with. That's when you actually go live. And we'll deal. So I'm assuming I'm going to make all this with the 2023. Yeah. I'm going to assume that the months that I'm working in are 2023. So this prior year is actually December 15th, 2022. And then products and services, purchase merchandise in the amount of 2,200. But it doesn't tell me what kind of merchandise. I did not receive purchase merchandise. So I'm just going to say sales. Description, merchandise, purchased. Quantity 1 for 2,200. Total 2,200. Let's save and close. Something's not quite right. So we'll save and close that. Okay. So we do not need to send it later. Now, inventory. Wasatch Outerwear setup notes. Inventory. Once you have your company set up and your chart of accounts modified, you need to set up your inventory items. Follow these steps. Click gear. The gear icon, select lists, all lists, and then here we have products and services. Add inventory items to beginning inventory. Add an item. What's happening? Okay. Something's funny is happening. Okay, add a product or service. So we have an inventory asset account. Add the inventory items shown on the beginning inventory list. See next page. When you set up these up, QuickBooks will ask you what accounts you will be using for the following. Okay, we have those. So we're going to come down here and show inventory. Name. We have this X-Tech Rain. SKU. 1000. Category. We're not going to use the categories, but we are going to use we'll just use the description down here again. Inventory asset account is inventory asset 1210. Income sales account is sales 5790. 4790, and expense account 5,000. So expense account 5,000, perfect. We have on hand, initial quantity on hand, as of date, beginning as of December 31st, 2022. Why isn't that populating? Invalid date. December 21st. Reorder point. We're not dealing with reorder points right now. Sales price. So sell price is 75. Cost 15. Preferred vendor. We're not doing preferred vendor at this point either. Save and close. Now we have our sales services. We have new inventory. We're going to do X-Tech Grain, SKU 1100, no category, quantity on hand 210, as of 12, inventory asset $47.90. And that's what I was worried about, that it would default to sell product income. But that's fine. We'll just set it up and follow this. Save and close. All right, next, merino wool. Inventory, wool top. Squad 1200. Quantity on hand, 210 as of December 31st, 2022. Inventory asset, 4790, 5000. I added a description before, but who cares? So I have 1200, we have 1000, 1100, 1200. Now we have the JP Johansson boots inserts for 1300. Quantity on hand 10 as of December 31st, 2022. We're going to do 4790. Save and close. Wasatch Gators. For some reason, Wasatch Gators always gives people a hard time as we go throughout the class. On hand, I think it's because of some returns or something that happens, but it always comes up that people have a hard time with it. Okay, Wasatch hiking pole. Set. 1500. Quantity on hand, 10. Inventory, 4790, 5000. And last but not least, we have our Wasatch Hydrator Day Pack. SKU 1600. And yeah, quantity on hand, 10. 31st of December. Yeah, 4790, save and close. Okay, so now we have our sales description. Sales price. I do like that the sales description is there, so I'm going to quickly add that. And I think that is what's going to come out on invoices when we do it. And remember, like if you're in a real business and you're buying stuff and selling stuff, the people selling it to you might have a different name for it, and then you rename it. So purchasing information, description of purchase, and things like that. So just, thought. Like I said before, this is what I would do. You don't have to do all this stuff, but I'm trying to, in my mind, I like it pretty and make it look good. So we have, what do we have? We have 1,000, 1,100, 1,200, 1,300, 1,400, 1,500, 1,600. We have quantity on hand. We have 50. We have X-Tech Rain pant, 210. That's not right. We have 210 here. This is 0. X-Tech Rain pant needs to be 0. Starting value. Hold on, change the starting value may affect the initial value. Got it. So we actually, initial quantity on hand is 0 because I messed that up. So save and close. So if it's 0, oh man, now it's out of stock. That's fine. Merino wool top 210. JP Johansson boots 10. Wasatch Gators 15. Wasatch hiking pole set 10. Wasatch hydrator pack 10. All right. Now we can go and run some of these reports. So we go to reports, and right off the bat, I would highlight some of these reports. So I would do that one. I'm going to do vendor balance summary. No, sales by product services summary, sales by product services detail. And this is beginning inventory or inventory valuation summary I want to run right now, actually. And we have 3122. We run that report. 750 asset value. Why do we have... Oh, I forgot to add any values in this, didn't I? So, inventory valuation detail is what I'm doing. And I want January 1, 2022 to December 31st, 2022. All right, so inventory starting value. So we're going to come here. Initial cost. Do you want to leave without saving? Yes. So I was doing it too quick. I did it too quick. Products and services. I don't think I X-Tech rain and pant. So X-Tech rain and pant. Cost is blank. Purchase sale price is 75. Cost is 0. All right, X-Tech rain jacket. Oh, I already did that one accurately. Merino wool top. I'm not perfect either. Sell price is 100. Purchase price is 20. And if you did it accurately and did this from the beginning, I don't think you're going to have to do the next step that I'm probably going to have to do to fix my error. 45, 10. Wasatch Gators. Let's see here. Sales price. Wasatch Gators is 34. 8. And Wasatch hiking pool set. Sales price hiking pool set is 59. All right, and last but not least, day pack. We have 50. Cost is 10. So let's see here. X-Pac rain and pant cost is 0. That's the only one. All the rest we have costs. We have things. Now let's run these reports. I'm just curious if we have asset valuation. Where is our asset valuation? Just had it. Inventory valuation detail. So quantity on hand 10. See, we have these FIFO costs, and that's what, if you did it accurately to begin with, you wouldn't have to deal with this now. But JP Johnson, we have costs, we have 10, so that's 100. Initial cost is $10 for 100, and this is going to create our opening balance equity account, but really we're going to put it to retained earnings. Okay, now we're starting to do what we need to do. This initial inventory, retained earnings, 210, initial quantity on hand, merino wool at a cost of $20. Save and close. So we have the merino wool Wasatch Gator Wasatch Gator, initial cost of $8. Again, if you were smarter than I was, you would have put it in first. And if you're watching this and doing the work as I'm doing it, then I messed you up. And I apologize. Hiking pole set, $9. But it is important that we get this right to start, simply because of it's going to affect everything we do going forward. Wasatch Hydrator Day Pack for $10 cost. 10 on hand at $10 cost. And lastly, we have our Rain Pant X-Tech Rain Pant Zero at $0 cost, which is fine. But now let's go to our summary report for inventory evaluation. Summary. And see if we have what we want. 5360 is what we have. Quantity on hand is 305. We have 220, 235, 245, 255, 305. Perfect. Calculated average. Okay, now let's go to our reports and see what our trial balance looks like for last year, for the prior year. We have accounts receivable for 2,200. We have inventory asset for 5360. Canyonlands First National Bank. It doesn't say anything about Canyonlands First National Bank in any of this. So what I'm going to do is book a journal entry. I'm going to change this to retained earnings. Save and close. So I'm going to book a journal entry to account for these cells are going to transition to retained earnings as of January 1st. So I'm going to book a journal entry for our bank account to account for our bank account. Where is our bank account? Here we go. We want to debit it 180,000. Beginning balance entry and debit retained earnings and save and close, right? All right, and then like I was saying before, if we do January 1, 2023, hopefully it pushes it to retained earnings. There we go. So we have retained earnings, 187,560, 180, 220, 5360. Opening balance equity is a 0. I'm guessing it's a 0 because who cares? It's just cleaner my way, so do it my way. Yeah. I think that's all we need out of all this. It says good luck. Okay, that is good to go. Now I need to learn how to stop the screenshot.